We have an update on this rapper who got his chain stripped by his homie while he was allegedly strung out on pastillas. Looks like he might have gotten his revenge.
You scary, you.
To catch you up to speed, in case you missed it, there's this rapper who goes by Playerways. He's an East Coast Crip and also part of Draco the Ruler's collective Stick team, so he's repping some pretty weighty street institutions, but I don't know if he's repping them particularly well because recently he was hanging out with someone who was supposed to be his boy, this other rapper who goes by Flacco61. And Flacco, he's not really that well known. He has this one song with Bravo the Bag Chaser, but other than that, he doesn't really seem to put out much music or have a dedicated audience. So maybe he's trying to make a name for himself, who knows? Whatever the reason may be, Flacco decides to get a little cheeky while he's hanging out with Playerways. Playerways apparently gets a little too off the sauce, passes out, goes into a deep slumber, and instead of being a good homie and looking out for him, Flacco allegedly just completely strips Playerways of his entire loadout. And how do we know this? Well, it looks like Flacco just uploaded all the evidence online. First, he posts this video of him just poking around Playerways' head while he's passed out. And then he later throws up this TikTok saying, ask Playerways where his jewelry's at, hashtag strip team. So he's even mocking Stink Team a little bit there. Flacco took Playerways' chain, his iced out watch, his bracelet, a fat wad of cash, and he even gently slipped off Sleeping Beauty's earrings. Might have even given him a little smoochy poo too. There's some debate about how much the loot totals. Some of you think that's a moissanite, some of you think it's worth 200 bucks. Whatever it is, it's all far too much to be carrying on your person. I get it. You're a rapper. You have to adorn your body with your net worth and constantly protect it to prove your manhood. But if you're gonna do that, at least watch who you get blasted around. I mean, they're both moving absolutely insane. Flacco stealing all this loot and posting the evidence on social media is nuts. And then he was even tagging Adam22 on his stories looking for an interview. So maybe this was more of a publicity stunt for him than about the loot. He also reposted this video of Playerways performing without his ice, really milking the situation. Naturally, Playerways is none too happy. He posts to his story clarifying that all the stuff was stolen and not stripped forcibly. He then rounds up his squad and goes to Flacco's crib, but apparently Flacco had moved.
I ain't gonna lie, we shut the house. Why? Why? Like, we not outside the door.
Open that door.
I love how they're all like, why'd you move? And then they're still banging down the door. So you're either banging down an empty apartment, telling nobody to open the door, or terrorizing the new occupant. I don't know which is worse. Anyway, flash forward a couple weeks, and it looks like karma finally caught up with Flacco61 because this footage is circulating of Playerways morking him out after catching him slipping.
You scary, you. You know it's up. You know it's up. You know it's up. You did nobody, you and I'm saying it to your face for nobody right here. You just like that. And I know your mama where she stay and all that. White in front. Yeah, we know all that. Yeah, you see what's going on. You see what's going on. You see what's going on. Like that, you not on that. You not on that.
There was a clip of what happened just before this on Playerways' boy G-Money's story. It looks like they're jumping the poor guy. Unfortunately, we can't show it to you. It's very graphic. You know, they had Flacco on the ground, took his shoes and socks, kicked his face in. You know how these things go. Insane that they would upload the crime on their IG stories. I don't know. Maybe it's a form of justice. Other than the threats about knowing where his mom lives, that seemed to cross the line a little bit. What do you think? Within hours, Playerways would drop a new song titled After Me, and in it, he seems to have got his loadout back. He's sporting his chain and fake moissanite at least. There's a couple lines in the song about his ops robbing with no skis and snaking his blues, which could be interpreted as disses directed at Flacco, especially considering the timing. Flacco, on the other hand, is still taunting Playerways, even after getting whooped, pointing out that the odds were stacked against him, they were, and that Playerways did not want to run the ones. He did not. There's a bit of a size disparity here. Flacco's also mocking Playerways' ice. Anyway, what do you think? Is this squashed, or is Flacco gonna find a way to run the ones?